Hey YouTube family, how are you guys doing? It's a beautiful Friday afternoon. Just got in from work. We had a student award banquet, hence the, golf shirt, whatever. This golf shirt's as fancy as I get. So you just lucked out tuning into this video. Anyway, a while back I got an email from Westcreek. They know that I buy some of their guitars and they know that I review them. These guys are watching, so it's good. And they said that they had a Strat style coming out. And I'm like, really? A company that prides themselves on making Gibson Epiphone style copies are coming out with a Strat style guitar. That's interesting. They said, if we send you one, would you do an honest review? Well, I certainly would. And if I can't be honest, I'm not going to do a review. I didn't pay for this one. They sent it to me. Now, it's right here. I just got it. It's a huge box. So I'm assuming there's a box inside this box. And from what I can see, this did not come from Amazon. So this came directly from Westcreek. It's one of 3 models as far as I know. This model, which is, pretty cool. And then they have this model. I don't know if it's coming up on the phone. So, looks like a bunch of hieroglyphs on it. It's kind of neat looking. It's different for sure. And then they have this model, which is kind of a native styling, which is pretty neat as well. I like that. I like the white and black. It looks really cool. So yeah. Anyway, let's see what I got. Shall we? Oh, and there it is. Westcreek. Oh, it looks like I got the one that looks like it has hieroglyphs on it. I'm not sure what the names of these colors are. I'll have to look that up. There's the headstock. Sort of like they're copying the Musi headstock, but it's not two-tiered. It's just this is just paint. These are interesting string trees though. I like those. I don't think they're rolling string trees. Nope. They're just your normal string trees. And they have 2 of them. Looks like roasted maple neck. And it's satin for sure. Here we go, guys. There it is. Oh, that's cool. So this is obviously just a printed top. And then with a clear coat on top. And man, they do a great job. Well, their fit and finish is unbelievable. Check out these buttons. Man, they're nice. I think they might be metal actually. These are metal. They're cold to the touch. Wow, nice touch. Metal knobs. The switch feels pretty good. We're gonna check it out. Very simple looking bridge. 6 saddle, 6 screws. It's sitting flat right now on the body. Right? Normal jack, oval jack plate. Interesting pickguard look. Not very heavy. Looks like there's a fairly hefty block in there. I can't see the back edge of it. Huh. I like that clean look. No back plate. Contoured heel. There is no fret sprout. And the fret markers are very subtle. See that? Just a little circle. See that? Very subtle. And then they have the Westcreek kind of wave logo there at the 12th fret. And then the circles at the bottom from the 12th fret on. I like it. It's pretty cool. And then the white fret markers on the side. Action is super high right now as it sits. Look at this. Ridiculously high action. We'll check the relief right quick. So when you check relief, you put a capo at the 1st fret and then you fret down here by the last fret where, well, kind of where the fret meets the body, right where the frets meet the body right here. Just fret down there, and that creates a straight edge. Your string now becomes a straight edge, and then you can measure the gap between the top of the frets and the bottom of the string. And there shouldn't be a big gap there. So check this out. See how when I push down here, see the gap between the string? So that means that this neck is bowed. It's got way too much relief in it. So that would explain why, no, the action is abnormally high. So there's a little acronym that people use to set up guitars, and it's called TRAIN, T-R-A-I-N. So T is tuning. So we're going to tune this thing up first off. Before we do anything else, we're going to tune it to pitch. Get the string tension where it's supposed to be. R is relief. We're going to measure the relief just like we did, right? A is action. Then once the relief is set, we'll have a look at the action. I is intonation, which I'm not going to worry about now anyway because I'm going to change the strings out. But just looking at this bridge, it's clear to see that the intonation is not set. Right? Not even close. So the intonation is going to be totally off. And the last one would be nut. So that means like the height of the string at the nut. So usually all you have to do is fret the 3rd fret right here and then press down at the 1st fret and see if there's any movement at all. There should be almost none or very little. When you're fretting the 3rd fret and pressing down at the 1st, if there's a lot of movement, it's not going to be comfortable chording up here. So on this guitar, wow, the E string is good. The B string is good, a little higher than the E. The G string is not bad. Again, about the same as the B. The D string's perfect. The A string's perfect. And the E is perfect. So just the B and the G that are just a smidge high. These tuners are all tight, the heads of them anyway. And I know what you guys are saying. Oh, well, if they sent you this guitar, they probably went over it and made sure it was perfect. Well, it's not perfect. The action is ridiculously high. And the intonation is definitely not set. So I don't think they set this up for me. I think they just sent it. They want a reviewer's opinion on it. And I'm going to give you one. All right, let's tune this thing up. So now that I'm adding tension to the string, the bridge is coming off of the body. So what's going to happen is, as that bridge moves away from the body, it's going to, slack the string tension, and I'm going to have to retune and retune until that everything kind of sits in proper position. It's coming, but I think the spring tension in the rear is too loose. Guaranteed if someone who doesn't set up their own guitars receive this, it would be going back because you can't tune it, right? Look, the bridge plate is coming further and further off of the body. So, all right. I'm going to take a pause, I'm going to take this back cover off and have a look because I can't demo it if I can't tune it. Just looking at the inside here. The good thing is, it's a massive block. Look at that thing. Man, it's huge. That's cool. The claw is pretty much backed up all the way. However, it looks like they have gyprock screws holding this claw in place. I don't know, man. That looks a little weird to me. They're definitely gyprock screws. I'm gonna add 2 more springs to this right quick, just to make the trem a little stronger, and then we'll go back to tuning, and then I'll deal with any weirdness afterwards. So I just noticed something. Their stock spring, which is this one, looks bigger, has bigger coils than a typical spring. The stock spring is super easy to bend. It feels like a slinky. Whereas this spring that I had in my toolbox is super stiff. You know what I mean? I mean, it bends obviously, but it's a lot stiffer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 2 of the stock springs out, and I'm just going to replace them with these, I don't know what they are, just to see if the tuning stability is better with just swapping out these springs. All right, so you can see that there probably. The middle spring, right, is the original, and the other 2 are the ones I just put in. And I notice immediately that the bridge is now in contact with the body again. So those 2 springs that I just installed are a lot stiffer than what comes stock on this guitar. So let me just tune this up and see if we still have that issue. Getting rid of the 2 stock springs and adding just those 2 made a world of difference in the tuning. Now the tuning's done of train, so now we're going to set the relief. I'm going to use their supplied tool. So I'll take this trem bar, pop it in there. There we go. And we're going to tighten this truss rod. Try that again. Well, that's pretty close. Now obviously as I'm doing this, the strings are getting tighter, so it's making it even harder to turn. So in reality, you should loosen the strings before you tighten, before you send your neck back. Double check the tuning. Right, I will give you some unplugged tones. So adjusting the truss rod really helped with the action. However, it's still way too high. As it sits at the 12th fret, and this is just where I set my stuff. Like, don't take what I tell you as 100% truth. This is just my opinion, okay, guys? So at the 12th fret, I have 0.080. I usually have my action at 0.050. So we are still quite a bit up there. It's humbucker, single, single. Here we go. That is clean bridge. Second position. Oh, it's very stratty. Holds tune pretty good. Middle position. Well, that's quite a bit louder than position 2. I didn't set these pickups, it's just whatever, however they came. Position 4. Oh, that's very stratty. In position 5. Again, very kind of powerful, bright neck pickup. All right, now my compressor. then my delay. So I'm going to leave those on. Drive on the bridge. Wow, that's pretty nice. It's hard to play, the action's so high. It holds tune-ish. Middle position. It's got that Colin James vibe going on. The frets are not polished. Listen to this. I don't know if you guys can hear this. It's like it gets worse as you go up the neck. Like you're rubbing on sandpaper. Yeah, the frets are nice. Like they have a nice crown to them. I can see but they are not polished. See how they're gray? They're not really reflecting the light at all. And you know what? I fully expected this. Definitely going to be some issues on their first run. Thumbs up, Westcreek, for sending me this and knowing that I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, these guys are they're not afraid, right? They're not afraid to face the critics. All right, we move on to the middle position. That's a nice, punchy kind of middle position. I like that. Wow, it holds tune great. Gotta change those springs though, but it holds tune great. And the intonation actually doesn't sound that bad. That's off. It is off. The intonation's off. You can hear it when you play an octave. So if you do something like this, that sounds pretty good. But then the octave. Oh, it's way off. All right, position 4. It's got very Vince Gillish. Kind of cool. And then of course position 5, it's a bright neck pickup. So no idea if these are Alnico or ceramics. I have no clue. I haven't looked at the specs online or anything. Just want to share this with you. I'll do a complete teardown in video 2. Get you all the specs, higher gain. That throws it off. So yeah. All right, well, we're gonna stop here. This thing, this thing is not a home run by any means. The good looks fantastic, feels fantastic. Like it's so nice and light. I would guess that this thing can't be much more than 7 pounds. I don't know. It's not very heavy, but I'll get you all that in part 2. If this would have been in my video series of why are people returning these Amazon guitars, it would have been easy to figure out. The frets are super rough. The nut is sticking. These springs are super weak. They got to be changed. These Gyprock screws are a no-no. Like, you definitely don't want that. That's got to be changed. These pickups sound pretty good. I'm not sure what they are, but we're going to find out. You know, it's got some nice touches, some real metal knobs. Feels like the components are good. We'll find out. We'll rip this apart in part 2, and I'm going to make this thing a player. That's my goal. I got a gig coming up in a week's time, and I'll be playing this at the gig, and I'll try and get you guys some clips. So that's the plan. You guys, take care. God bless. Shoot any questions you have. If I can answer them, I will. And stay tuned for part 2.